Good morning, dear students. So, let's see another beautiful poem, A Woman Speaks, which talks about the power of woman, how a woman can be powerful at the same time, equally dangerous. So, this is written by a poet, a black lesbian poet, Audre Lorde, who describes herself as a black woman at the same time, who's a warrior and a poet, and who upholds the values of a black woman. So, what we find is, when we take a look at the black women, they are doubly marginalized. On the basis of gender, they are marginalized, and on the basis of race as well, they are marginalized. So, the time that she was writing, there were a lot of movements happening among white women. We have many feminist movements happening. We have writers and other critics coming up with different theories on feminism, and we find different waves of feminism. So, but most of these movements, they focused on white women's problems, and they were talking about the vision and the progress of white women. So from there as well, the experience of black women was not taken into consideration. So in this poem, we find a black woman, a black lesbian warrior poet, coming and talking about the power of a black woman. So here the woman speaks. It's not a black. The title of the poem is very suggestive. It's not a black woman speaks. It's a woman speaks. Irrespective of their color, a woman speaks out. So we'll read the poem first. A Woman Speaks by Audre Lorde. Moon marked and touched by sun, thy magic is unwritten. But when the sea turns back, it will leave my shape behind. I seek no favor, untouched by blood, unrelenting as the curse of love, permanent as my errors or my pride. I do not mix love with pity, nor hate with scorn. And if you would know me, look into the entrails of Uranus, where the restless ocean pound. I do not dwell within my birth, nor my divinities, who am ageless and half-grown, and still seeking my sisters, witches in Dahomey. Wear me inside their coiled clothes, as our mother did mourning. I have been woman for a long time. Beware my smile. I am treacherous with old magic and the noon's new fury. With all your wide futures promised, I am woman and not white. So we find different beautiful, powerful images throughout the poem. So first, the image of moon and sun. So moon marked the. You find this moon, which is in the which comes in the night, and sun, which represents light during the day, right? So the black woman is touched. The magic of this black woman's identity is touched by moon as well as by sun. The magic, but then, even then, that magic is not written. It is not. It is unwritten. Nobody talks about the experience of the black woman, though it is powerful, though it's worthwhile. It is unwritten. But when the sea turns back, it will leave my shape behind. So, for example, this is an image of the waves coming onto the shore and leaves the shore. And when you walk on that shore, you can leave your footprints will be will be visible on that sand. Likewise, when the sea returns or retracts, this movement, these feminist movements, which concentrate on white woman's experience, when it recedes, my shape will be left behind, or my footprints will be, or the experience of the black women will be there, embedded. But I seek no favor. And then she says, though these movements, progressive movements for women, they don't take into account the black woman's experience. I don't seek favor, and I'm not asking for a favor. Untouched by blood, unrelenting as the curse of love, permanent as my errors. She talks about her own innate power that the entire race carries, and says, I do not mix love with pity. It is as if I'm asking you should love me, or you should include me in your progressive movement because we are black, and pity me. It's not that way. I don't ask for pity or scorn. If you would know me, look at it. So if you want to understand the experience of black women, look into the entrails of the Uranus, where you find the sea, the water is it has turned into ice. You find on the surface of Uranus all very hardened ice, which is there from time immemorial. So likewise, our power, the power within the black woman and the experience, they are totally it has got so huge a depth that you cannot represent. So you have to look into that, and do not look at our experience of sufferings and being a victim and so on, and don't feel pity for us. I do not ask for favor and pity. I do not dwell within my birth nor my divinities. So there are she connects her life with her ancestors, where most of these places, especially this West Africa, where witches were very common, the power of the witches. So she actually connects the power of the witches with the black woman's power, and says, I do not dwell within my birth nor my divinities, but I don't want to talk about those fearsome things, and I don't want you to include our history into yours, because we had those powerful past of those fearful witches. It's not that way. Who am ageless and half grown and still seeking my sisters. Though I am not disconnected from my sisters. I have that heritage of those powerful witches in Dahomey, where me inside, and I still wear their identity inside my coiled clothes, as our mother did while mourning. So the clothes that these black women used to wear while mourning the death of someone. So likewise, I carry the vestiges of those ancestors, those witches in West Africa, but still, my identity is not confined to those things. I have been a woman for a long time. So what she wants to bring into the forefront is the innate female experience, and says, I am a woman, and beware, my smile, I'm treacherous. I'm powerful at the same time treacherous, with old magic, old magic of my sisters, the witches, and the Noon's new fury. Noon's new fury is the new progressive movements that is happening, which is empowering the white women. So I have both. Beware of those smiles, because I am treacherous with the old magic. I have that old heritage, as well as the power which I gained through these progressive movements as well, which she also contributed to certain feminist theories, especially queer feminist theory. So the Noon's new fury, with all your wide futures promise. So these progressive movements, they have envisaged a new future for women, mostly for the white women. And she says, I am a woman, but I am not white, but I have a vision, and I am equally powerful and dangerously powerful, according to the poet Audre Lorde. So she says, I am treacherous with old magic, and the Noon's new fury, with all your wide futures promised. I am woman and not white. So we'll read the poem once again. A woman speaks. The woman has given voice. The black woman who was silenced, whose history was unwritten, is given voice. And the poet, the speaker, the protagonist, speaks out. Moon marked and touched by sun, thy magic is unwritten. But when the sea turns back, it will leave my shape behind. I seek no favor, untouched by blood, unrelenting as the curse of love, permanent as my errors, nor my pride. I do not mix love with pity, nor hate with scorn. And if you would know me, look into the entrails of Uranus, where the restless oceans pound. I do not dwell within my birth, nor my divinities, who am ageless and half grown, and still seeking my sisters, witches in Dahomey, wear me inside their coiled clothes, as our mother did mourning. I have been woman for a long time, beware my smile. I am treacherous with old magic and the Noon's new fury, with all your wide futures promised. I am woman and not white. Thank you.